See, we'll get started here in just a moment. Listening to County Crows do Joni Mitchell on the drive in. Sticks in your head. Jeanette Jackson is here with us today. We've got a number of arraignments and pre-trials. Also have pre-exam conferences. And this is the odd numbered Tuesday of the month, so we have sobriety court this afternoon. So we have a busy day. Oh gosh, I didn't know we had an AG case. But we have a lot going on. We have a number of felony pre-exam conferences, some show causes. We have an attorney general representative that's entered the waiting room. Do you have Trey Hensley in the back?
Yes, sir.
Cheryl Kalu is not back there, is she?
I believe that's the other one.
Arpana?
I'm sorry. I had him talking to.
Okay, Arpana, Cheryl Kalu.
Yes, that's the one I
Why
have.
don't you bring her in?
Yes.
Good morning.
Just a second.
I lost track of you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether you were in custody or not. Judge Pattison was handling your stuff. We've got two old Three River City cases. File 24835OM is a disorderly person charge from May of 2024. File 24952 is an old disorderly person charge from September, or also May of 2024. One was May 11th, one was May 30th. The city attorney, Mr. Tim George, says he would dismiss one charge for a plea to the other. You were in jail for 15 days and then you were out. And I'm not clear, what, are you in jail on a Kalamazoo charge?
No, they just ran my name and saw that I had open a warrant, so they brought me down here on the 27th. But I've been living homeless in Kalamazoo since basically June of last year.
I knew that, and I felt bad about it. I do. Did you lose your house?
Yeah, after I got out of jail last year, I mean, I hadn't been able to find a job in town since like January, since I quit American Axle. I don't know what is going on in Three Rivers, but sometimes I was too overqualified and sometimes it's just being an outsider in this town. I couldn't even get a job as a waitress at Mr. B's Dairy Bar. Like, I don't know what was going on.
Well, you got, it shows here 101 days of jail credit. How long have you been in jail here in Centerville?
Since last year, I'm not sure.
When did
3
you
weeks last year.
when did you most recently get picked up?
It was for the open warrant from last year for skipping out on probation.
All right, and that, okay. And so you've been in jail now since
Just a week and a half since, not this past Saturday.
July 27th.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 4 days in July and 5 days in August. That's 9 days.
July, I didn't do any time. I was in on March 31st till April 16th.
All right, and then, yeah, Judge Pattison gave you 15 days. Then when did you most recently get arrested?
Just now, a week and a half ago.
Okay, so that's 9 days. I'm gonna give you credit for time served. If you plead to one of these, I'll dismiss the other one on motion of the city attorney. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
All right, well, let's take a look at these. I'm not sure if they're in my queue. Did you ever figure out the estate stuff?
My uncle ended up buying the house on auction for barely anything and has not helped me in any way whatsoever. So he's known. I mean, they reported me missing October last year.
I've been looking for you for I might have been one of the people that reported you missing way back when you went off the grid. And then I found that you were homeless and in one shelter or another in Kalamazoo.
Yeah,
And I was not,
there's more help for people over there than there is down here.
and there is. Now, my other thought is that you had some inheritance somewhere, either here or India, that was.
India, but with the felony charge, I don't know what I can really do.
All right, well, let's take care of these on. I hate to even see you like this.
The inheritance is not much. I actually told my dad's sister to take it,
All right,
so,
so basically you're back at ground zero.
yes.
No family
I'm 40
support.
years old.
Yes, you're a very intelligent woman. How are you doing with your alcohol issues?
It's been rough. Not that I'm back on and like I can't survive without it, but just it's stressful being homeless and the situations that arise on a daily. And it's only until recently that I decided that I would stay in Kalamazoo. So for the past year, I've just been in limbo, trying to decide if I want to stay here or go be closer to family. But I have a lot of loose ends to tie up here. Plus, there's some good colleges. So still haven't figured it out. Western, U of M, or Michigan State. I'm thinking Western.
Okay,
Well, I knew you'd be happy about me going back to school and getting a nice degree. Maybe with Stryker.
well, it's good to have some goals. At 2:45 a.m. on April 11th, Main Street.
I was
You
going to buy
got arrested.
cigarettes.
Do you remember even what the deal was?
I was on my way to the gas station to buy cigarettes. It's not my fault that people think it's weird in this town to go buy cigarettes at 2:45 in the morning. I lived in big cities. I didn't have a car. I was walking. There's no sidewalk. I was walking on the
Yes.
street. It's not my fault. The city.
Well,
doesn't
your
have
blood
sidewalks.
alcohol was 0.226, so.
Yeah.
And you
I was
taken,
walking.
yes,
Was not in a vehicle. Yeah.
but you got into it with the clerk,
Yeah, she refused to sell me cigarettes. I don't know why.
probably because you were quite drunk.
Yeah, but
All
she
right, so are you willing
accused
to
me-
plead to that charge and I'll dismiss the other one?
Sure.
All right. Now, let me ask you a couple questions. Other than what I told you here, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No,
or threaten you?
no.
Do you understand? And this applies to everybody. And by pleading to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. It will not be a trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Ms. Jeanette Jackson is here from the Public Defender's Office, but you could also have had an attorney appointed to represent you. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand?
Yes.
So we pled in the April 11th. Or May 11th. Now, I'm gonna let you out of jail. Unless there's something else holding you. Do you have a hold?
No.
Where are you gonna go?
The goal is to try to get back to Kalamazoo. I just don't know how.
Well, you'll just be standing on the steps of the jailhouse?
I'll start walking.
Do you
Maybe
need a
I'll
bus?
get there
Do you
by
need
the
a-
end of the week.
Okay, well, it's Tuesday. It gives you till Friday.
Sometimes I get distracted and then need a nap. Like, oh, something's shining over here.
Like an octopus's guard
Or a squirrel.
or a squirrel. I don't even know what to say here, Cheryl.
I don't either. I mean, hopefully I can find a ride into town.
Well, if
And
you
then
need
try
a
to
bus
convince my
pass,
uncle.
you stop here. And I'll give you one.
Yes, please. Because I'd actually been talking to Lauren from Pivotal yesterday, and I was telling her I need, because ISK is in Kalamazoo, and I'd missed a couple of meetings, so they ended up kicking me out of the program, but she said they can't actually do that. So I'm trying to get back in the program so I can get like the help I need, because I like that they are about harm reduction rather than complete abstinence. Like, that's one thing I didn't appreciate about AA, is just they're very cut and dry. That's why I like smart recovery and stuff like
Well,
that.
You know my opinion. You
Yeah.
can't drink at all. You
Yeah,
got a genetic predisposition to alcoholism. You've had a lot of stress and trauma in your life, and it's killing you.
yeah.
I'm gonna give you 9 days jail, credit 9 days. I'm waiving all the fines, including the mandatory $125 fine.
Thank you.
I am concerned about what you're gonna do when you're standing on the front steps of the jail.
You said walk over here and you'll give me a ride.
Well, I'll give you a bus pass. I can't give you a ride. I
Right,
could
but
probably
that
get
only
you,
goes as far as Three Rivers.
I could get you a ride to Union City, but you don't want to go that way. And all right, as long as there's nothing else holding you, you're gonna get out of jail here this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, good luck to you. I'll probably see you sometime soon, but I hope not. I hope you get situated and get in a better
Oh,
position.
no, you will hear from me because I made a list of all the things I have to do when I get out. You're at the top of the list. I have to send you an email.
All right, I'll be here for another year and a half anyway. All right, you're good to go.
You're fine. Yeah, so gotta make you a new business card for when you retire.
Okay, I need a new business. She had designed some business cards for me one time when she was in sobriety court. Trey Hensley,
Your Honor.
yes?
We had him yesterday for something. Is this something new or?
Well, it is a ticket for driving without a valid license.
Okay, that's something that we didn't deal with
On
yesterday, then.
July 18th. Mr. Hensley's in custody on some other stuff.
Right.
Let's take a look. Good morning, sir. You got a pre-exam next Tuesday on a felony case, but this is a traffic case that they brought to my attention. You've been in custody now for 4 days on a domestic violence charge. This is an earlier ticket for driving without a valid operator's license. So let's take a look at this one. Ryan, how you holding up here? Mr. Hensley, you got a ticket for no ops ever applied. You got pulled over in a 2002 Chevy on July 18th. And apparently you never have had a license.
Can
Did you have one at one time?
No, I was just waiting on the state of Michigan to transfer over my transcripts. It took them literally forever for them to get to me. And, but when I,
Transcripts of what?
my, school records, and it was the 4 minimum identifications for your,
Oh.
stuff. And so, I mean,
Well, you've been in jail for 4 days. This is not the kind of thing I would put you in jail for 4 days. But if you plead guilty to this charge, I'll give you credit for 4 days of jail and the minimum allowable fine. Or you can plead not guilty and I could set it for further proceeding. Just a minute, let me put that conference room out of it.
what does that 4 days mean?
Well, you've been in jail for 4 days. I would give you 4 days jail credit, 4 days that you've already served and no additional jail time. And I'd give you $125 fine and give you some time to pay it. This would go on your driving record though, as a not
Yes.
having a valid license. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, but I do have a scheduled exam. I instantly passed when I got my transcript. I was.
All
really
right, so
just-
you're gonna take your test to get your driver's license?
Yeah, I already have my permit and everything now.
All right,
I
then
got
I'm
it the
gonna
next day
adjourn
after.
this.
Your Honor,
Yes?
does that carry not only 2 points, but does it carry a suspension for that particular section?
No ops, 904A does not carry a suspension. No ops
301
ever
doesn't.
acquired.
Okay, but I wasn't sure about that one.
Well, DWLS
Well, that one was.
is
that was a different
904, and
one,
that carries a suspension.
Right, but
904A, no ops ever acquired,
no,
is not a suspension,
Okay.
but I just looked it up earlier this year. But he's got a permit, and so you have an appointment to take your test.
Yes, and hopefully after my 15th date on my judge, they will hopefully give me probation. I can get out and go take that test immediately. That's all I was waiting on. They even waived my 30 days for it. I was just waiting on those transcripts. It literally took them almost a year to get to me.
All right, well, we'll find out about that. You have the pre-exam on this assault charge, which is set for next Tuesday. Let me get the file number on that. You ever been in jail before?
No, sir,
Not much fun, is it?
no.
Has your lawyer been out to see you yet on that case? All right, I'm gonna adjourn this. "30 days to September 9. Do you still live at 4612 South Main Street?
I'm trying to get my no contact order edited because that's the only house I have like to live at unless I don't have any.
All right,
So
well,
I'm
we'll have to
hoping-
sort this out.
I think your bond conditions address that yesterday.
I mean, but they said they could still edit, I believe, right?
I think that you're here, that's next Tuesday.
12th, I thought, they said they can talk about it
Right.
being edited on the 12th
That's what they said.
with Kayla's approval and everything.
Right. Okay, wonderful, excellent.
Yes, ma'am.
That's when they had it scheduled.
The 12th?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's, if you would like an address,
Well, we'll get this notice to you at the jail. I'm gonna ask my staff to. You're probably gonna be in custody at least until next Tuesday when your pre-exam conference is. You're charged with domestic assault with intent to do great bodily harm, which is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison. So I'm not sure what the facts of the case are. But that's what the charge is. But I'm not gonna have you enter this plea right now. It would undo your ability to get your license. So we'll see whether you can get your license, and then Mr. George can decide what he wants to do with it from there. There is a charge they could use which would allow you to get your license anyway. All right, you're good to go, Mr. Hensley. And you also have Charles Smith in custody.
Yes, sir.
We'll get to him in a minute. Lori, who's your client?
Marcos
People will be, like,
Antonio
telling you
Garcia.
that she-
Do we need an interpreter?
No.
She'll have to bring that up to her, your attorney.
Sarah, how are we doing in your case?
She'll have to talk.
Attorney said he was gonna go talk with the defendant to get the waiver filled out, Judge, so I'm just waiting to make sure that happens.
All right.
Kayla wants to come and do it herself.
Well, it's like, that's fine, but.
I have not. talked to her
Mr.
at
Hick,
all.
I
Even when
spoke
was
to
at
the
house, I
Attorney
was
General,
separate
and so
rooms.
we have, he signed the waiver form, and so he's asking if he can go, Mr.
He can go, but I want to talk to him about all the money he owes me.
Okay.
Come up to the podium if you would, or have a seat with your lawyer. Good morning.
Did you just get rounded out this morning? Oh.
Here it is over here. This is file number 2579FY. You're Stephen Daniel Higgins,
Yes, sir.
and you're the Stephen Higgins I know. There's more than one Stephen Higgins, but are you half Higgins and half Hesher?
No,
All right, maybe you're not the one I thought you were. Anyway, you've executed a waiver of your felony charge of non-support. Sarah Brenner, the Chief Assistant Attorney General in charge of non-support issues, is here by Zoom from Lansing. You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson. This means the matter will be bound over to circuit court for further discussion and negotiation, either settlement or trial. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
You owe me. You have an impeding traffic ticket, which is a very minor ticket. You owe $126 in that case. You also have a driving suspended charge where you have an attorney pretrial on August 15th, and you have a no proof of insurance, which is probably
When's that
attached to
from?
the other case. You have an attorney pretrial in front of Judge Pattison on August 15th. Are you aware of that?
When did I get that? I wasn't pulled over or anything like that. It might
Well,
be my father.
Well, that's your father's, the one I know. Let's take a look. Sarah, you're
Yes,
welcome
Judge.
to get on this, but I'm sure you got other things to do. We were able to take care of you, and
Okay. And will they just send us the pretrial date then, Judge?
yes, it'll be set for a status conference in circuit court several months
Okay.
from.
All right,
but,
thank you, Judge.
It's nice to see you, and you're good to go.
You too. Have a good day.
Hello, Sergeant Rice. We're on the home stretch here. The only person we still need to see is Jeannie McKay. She may be already getting her, but I've got the room opened. I'm ready for her. All right. All right, thank you. Bye.
You don't have a problem with this one being a no contest plea, do you, for civil liability?
No, I don't have a problem with that.
All right, this is a case of Jeannie K. Lacey McKay. File number is 251464FY. She's charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, I think a glass candle, and domestic violence. She's been in custody for 14 days. The plea offer is to plead to the domestic violence, dismiss the felonious assault. And you're indicating that may be by no contest?
Yes, if she pleads, we're asking for a no contest plea for civil liability.
Well, the affidavit indicates that there's some mental health issues here. She's had some cases here in the last couple of years. I think there are some mental health issues. She's been in custody for 14 days. I have to set sentencing out more than 10 days. If I let her out of jail, I'm going to be concerned about where she's going to be able to go. My inclination, Paul, would be to use that September 22nd date I set you for the other case.
I don't know if I really asked her where she'd go, but she told me her address was 704 7th Street.
In Three Rivers?
Yes.
All right, well, let's see where this went down. It happened in Sturgis, Airline Road area. Clear Lake. So maybe that won't be a problem. We had a lot of waivers and a lot of no-shows. Took us a long time to plow through the misdemeanors. And would have been even worse if everybody had shown up when they were supposed to.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Judge Middleton. Are you Jeannie K. Lacey McKay?
Yes.
We've met before. I'm here at the courthouse with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson. Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert. This is called a pre-exam conference, and the file number here is 251464FY. Ms. McKay, you're charged in a 2-count complaint that alleges that on July 22nd, you assaulted Michael Bates by hitting him with a glass candle, apparently in the head. And that's a misdemeanor felony punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $2,000. the prosecutor alleges that you also were charged with a previous domestic violence, and the second count is domestic violence second offense. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Is this a plea to DV first, Joshua?
No, the offer's a plea to DV second.
All right. Anyway, they're willing to dismiss the felony charge for a plea to the misdemeanor charge of domestic violence. Mr. Robert has discussed this matter with you, with your lawyer, and your lawyer, Mr. Gibson, has discussed the matter with you. He says that you would like to take advantage of this plea offer and plead no contest to this charge. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to plead to count 2 and dismiss count 1. Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge?
No.
Or threaten you to try to get you to plead to this charge? Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial if you enter this no contest plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Gibson is here and he would represent you throughout the proceedings. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless they were able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, in a no contest plea, you don't tell me what happened. I will get the information from a booking report that was filed by the officers. Is that acceptable to you, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that acceptable to you, Ms. McKay?
I suppose. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's
All right,
fine.
here's what the report said.
Okay.
At about 6 o'clock at night on July 22nd, they went out to Everson Drive near Clear Lake Road in White Pigeon Township. They talked to you and they talked to Michael Robert Bates. You and Mr. Bates had an argument over using his telephone. She said, it says you got angry at him, you picked up a candle and hit him in the head, on the right side of his head, including his ear. It caused the candle to break, and then you got cut by some of the broken glass in the leg. But that's a sufficient factual basis.
But I don't think it is. So should I plead guilty instead?
All right, well, tell me, did you hit him in the head with a candle?
Yeah, but I was sexually assaulted before that happened. That's what happened. I mean, yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
was
do you
assaulted.
wish to accept,
Defending
do you wish
myself.
to accept the no contest plea?
No.
Well, here's the status. I want to ask you some questions to make sure where you're going to go if I let you out of jail. And I'm going to set this for sentencing on September 22nd at 11 o'clock. I will give an opportunity for Mr. Bates to be there and an opportunity for you and your lawyer to be there. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you allow or accept that a conviction would enter. If you believe you have a defense and you don't wish to plead to that charge, we can set the matter for something else, a preliminary examination next week. But right now, the prosecutor is offering to dismiss the felony charge for a no contest plea to the misdemeanor charge in count 2. If that's acceptable, I'll accept your plea and set the matter for sentencing. If you don't wish to do that, I can set the matter for a hearing next Tuesday afternoon.
I'd rather do the hearing next Tuesday afternoon because I don't feel like I should be convicted of that. Honestly.
Defendant demands a prelim.
Yeah, especially if it's gonna take till September 22nd to get out of jail.
Well, I was gonna let you out of jail right now. Now you're gonna sit in jail next Tuesday.
Okay, then I'll just plead guilty. Forget it. Maybe
Well, I
let me
don't wanna negotiate with you regarding, I mean, you wanted a prelim. If you want a prelim, I'll give you one.
No,
But,
I'll plead guilty, no contest. Fine.
all right, I'm gonna have to explore this further. Are you receiving any mental health treatment?
No. No, I'm not.
If I let you out of jail, where are you gonna go?
I live at 704 7th Street.
And Mr. Bates is not there?
No, he doesn't stay there.
Who lives there?
My roommate is Mr. Richard Kettlehead.
Cadillac?
Kettle Hut, Kettlehlehut.
Mr. Kettlehut. Does he know you're coming back?
Well, he expected me back previously, so yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna set the matter for sentencing for September 22nd at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna reduce the bond to $4,000 PR. No drugs and no alcohol. Test as requested. No contact with Michael Bates. Who is Michael Bates to you?
He was my sister's best friend's brother, pretty much. It's just someone I needed. I had my suitcases stolen when I was planning on moving, and I walked to his house afterward, pretty much.
All right, so he was just a friend?
I thought he was, but apparently not, so.
All right. Well, I don't want you to have any contact with him. No
Okay.
weapons, no assaultive behavior. I'm not sure what I'm dealing with here, but I need the police report, any mental health reports, and input from the victim. You also have an old unpaid traffic ticket for unsafe backing, $150. Are you gonna get out of jail on a PR bond? No drugs, no alcohol, test as directed. I'm gonna get the police report. I'm gonna get some input from Mr. Bates. I'm not sure exactly what I'm dealing with here. But I'll deal with that on September 22nd at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Stay in contact with your lawyer, Mr. Gibson, and you're free to go.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm a little shaky on the negotiating jail release for a guilty plea, but she pled no contest and I accepted the plea.
Thanks, Judge.
Joshua, thanks for your help.
All right, thank you.
Paul, thank you.
Busy day.
Yes. I don't have a count. I think we did about 45 to 50 cases in 3 hours, which is a lot, but some were no-shows, some were felonies, some were waivers, some were pleas, some of everything. So that completes our busy Tuesday morning.
Kenneth Jerome, Luke Williams Jr., 25F243686. Your name?
Kenneth Jerome Quinn.
You're charged with failure to pay $305. If you plead guilty, if you're found guilty, you could be incarcerated, $309 actually. You could be incarcerated 1 day for every $10 owed. You could receive 31 days in jail. You can satisfy that in full by payment, in full by serving a jail term, or in part by payment, and in part by serving a jail term. You get $10 credit per day served. So if you paid $209, you'd owe $100, you'd only have to serve 10 days. You understand that?
Yeah.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, you can apply for one at public expense. Actually, I'll just give you one. Do you want a lawyer?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Home City Ice.
I'm sorry?
Home City Ice.
Where is that, and what is that?
Pinehurst, New Jersey. Deliver ice.
Okay. How much do you make?
So we 24 hours.
Why didn't you pay this?
Because when I got pulled over, I have I was doing DoorDash at that point. So I had a amount on my phone, and the officer, it was raining that day.
You didn't show up. You didn't do anything. You lost. If you're gonna try to contest the ticket, you have to post a bond. You don't just not pay a ticket or not show up because you disagree. Is that what you're telling me? You disagree with what he wrote?
No, I called today. They told me that my court date was today.
The ticket was issued in April. You had 10 days to answer. Hang on. You had 10 days to answer. This is August. That's 4 months ago. You needed to call and request a hearing or pay the ticket within 10 days. You did neither. You went into default. So if you're saying you didn't pay the ticket because you didn't agree with the citation, that ship has sailed. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, sir. But I didn't know. I wasn't worried. The address that they had, I moved from, so they told me they sent it to work. They told me.
You got the ticket, right?
Yes, I had a ticket. I called and I set up a court date. And then.
You can set up a court. Did he set up a court date, Lisa?
Yes, I called.
Let's slow down. Slow down. I'm gonna see where he set up a court date.
Let me check, Judge.
That would have come in front of me. Did you leave a forwarding address?
Yeah, so the address.
Hang on, slow down. I'm just asking, did you leave a forwarding address?
No.
Do you live on, whatever 2377 is in Hamtramck?
Yes, that's where I live now.
We sent you this back in June.
Judge, it looks like a default card came back in return mail with a forwarding address.
I'll give you a choice. I'll give you a choice. Go down and post a bond if you want equivalent to the amount here. That's the rule. And you can make a motion to set aside default judgment, or I'll set you up on a payment plan. Whatever you want.
I do a payment plan. I pay whatever today.
You can pay whatever.
Yeah, I can pay a certain amount down.
How much do you have today?
Like a couple hundred.
So you want to just take care of it that way?
Yeah. I still get points on my, like I said, I got my money.
I can't do anything about the conviction at this point. Okay? But I will do this. If that's the route you want to go, I'll just have you pay $200 and I'll call it a day. I'll waive the balance. You want to do that?
Yes.
You understand the conviction's gonna remain on your record, though. Balance waived, $200. Go down the hall, take care of that, and we'll call it a day, okay?
All right, thank you.
Good luck. Kiera Nicole Duchesne. 25B148718. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Your name? Okay. You're gonna plead to impeding, right? So that's, you gotta be careful, okay? Caused an accident, right? Yes? You caused an accident? Well, tell me. Listen, don't be shy. Nothing's gonna happen. Go ahead, tell me what happened.
It was a,
Gotta keep your voice up, though.
it was a red light, and then I like looked both ways, it was clear, and then I went, and then like I pulled out into like the second exit.
Keep your voice up. I can hardly hear you.
Oh, sorry.
So you were turning on a red, right? Or not?
Yeah.
And so somebody else had the right of way, right?
What?
The other car had the right of way, right? When you turn on a red, they have the right of way, right?
Yeah.
And you pulled out in front of them? Is that what caused the accident?
Like, they like ran a red light, and then.
They ran a red light?
I think so, well, I don't know, but I like turned, I'm sorry, like, I'm really nervous.
All right, listen, don't be nervous. Let's just do this. I'll just take the plea. We'll get you out of here, okay? All right, to the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible? Responsible? I didn't mean to upset you. There's nothing to be upset about. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody was hurt, right? Right? You got the car fixed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you plead responsible to this impeding? Yes? You have to answer out loud. All right. I'm sorry. I did not mean to upset you. Okay? All right. What grade are you in? Or are you done with high school?
11.
Okay. All right. I understand. You're a new driver, right? Okay. 195. You're all set. Relax. Take a deep breath. This is not the worst thing that's going to happen to you. Good luck. Horn, Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704225FY. Your name? You're charged with failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a chemical ETG on a sober link rather on July 18. That's count one. You understand the charge?
I do, Your Honor.
Count two, you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive July 18 at 7:33 in the morning. You understand that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count three, failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive July 18th at 7:49. You understand the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Those are three counts, but they still arise out of the same event, transaction, or occurrence. So I'm going to go ahead and just count it as one. So in other words, the most you could get is 5 days if you plead guilty to these. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the advice of rights?
I did.
Did you read it and understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will not be a hearing or a trial of any kind. You understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. Do you want a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. We're going to get you a lawyer. You're going to come back in front of me here today. The only problem is you do have 3 prior technical violations. So on a 4th, your probation could be revoked and you could be incarcerated for the maximum provided by law, which in this case is 1 year on the attempt R&O and 90 days on the disorderly. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have any questions?
No, thank you.
I'm going to enter a not guilty plea. I'm going to give you a lawyer. You're going to come back in front of me with that lawyer. And then we'll have your hearing. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll see you back here in a few minutes. Thank you.
Still see the hallway.
And these are, again, the same charges. I just want to be clear. You have 2 counts. So both counts 1 and 2, you have these violations. And I'll see you back here. Thank you. Here you go. All right. Jody Lynn Kaminsky. 2. 5W8-932. Ms. Kaminsky, how are you?
I'm okay, I guess.
Your name?
Jody Lincoln.
How'd you convince him to dismiss this?
I just told him the truth. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to record back on the highway. I really didn't.
Okay. Well, hey, maybe you should have gone to law school. You still could. Case dismissed, motion of the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Good luck. Holly Lynn Jacobs, 25F244424. And can I have Kyla Davis seated at the table, my right, your left over here, okay? Your name, ma'am?
Holly Jacobs.
All right, so you're gonna plead impeding, right?
Yeah.
Responsible or not responsible to that?
Responsible.
Please accept it, 150.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Sit down here.
Well, you're gonna come up here now. Kyla Madison Davis. 25F244425. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Your name?
Kayla Davis.
You're gonna plead to impeding?
Yeah.
Responsible or not responsible to that? All right, I'm gonna accept your plea. What happened here? How old are you, 17, 18?
18.
Did you graduate? Next year.
No, I graduated.
Okay, good. What are you doing now?
I'm moving to Tennessee.
Really?
We're gonna go to community college, become a stenographer.
To be a stenographer?
Stenography, like ultrasound.
Oh, I see. Well, great. Whereabouts in Tennessee?
It's like 20 minutes from Nashville.
Nice. Well, 165 is your total. I wish you well. I'll dismiss the original charge. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. People against James Edward Carter Jr., 25T718-374-FY. Your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Detective Corporal Sean Pontiac, Trent Police Department.
Good morning. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
On August 3rd, 2025, at approximately 22 hours, Corporal Rusnick was monitoring traffic on Ford Street near Harrison Ave in the city of Trenton, County of Wayne, when he observed a blue 2005 Explorer bearing Michigan license plate Edward Queen Yellow 6871. Corporal Rusnick ran the plate through lien/SOS and it came back expired on 3/11 of 2023 with no insurance. Corporal Rusnick made a traffic stop on Ford Street and South Trenton Drive where he made contact with the white male driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. Corporal Rusnick advised the driver of the reason of the stop, and he immediately stated he did not have a license. Corporal Rusnick secured him in handcuffs behind his back pending confirmation of his driving status. The driver was identified through a state of Michigan identification card as James Edward Carter Jr., 9/28 of 79. A lien/SOS checkup card revealed he was revoked and had multiple warrants out of other jurisdictions. Corporal Rusnick inquired about any possible narcotics in the vehicle, and Carter Jr. admitted to cocaine being near his seatbelt. Corporal Rusnick at K9 Stack checked the exterior of the vehicle for narcotic odor. K9 Stack indicated on the driver's side door by barking, scratching, and biting. After receiving a positive indication from K9 Stack, Corporal Rusnick searched the vehicle and located 2 separate cellophane bags containing suspected narcotics. One bag appeared to be powder cocaine and the second appeared to be crack cocaine. Carter Jr. was subsequently arrested for DWS, possession of narcotics, and transferred to the Trenton PD jail. Once at the station, the suspected narcotics were field tested using a Dectachem mobile detector kit. Both tested positive for cocaine. The drugs were subsequently weighed and tagged as evidence.
Based on your sworn testimony, I find the crime possession of cocaine and drivewall suspended, revoked, denied was committed. And you did, did you indicate the prior conviction out of Southgate, June 1 of 18?
On 6/18? Yes, Your Honor.
They've got a typo here, that's why.
Yeah, it's 6/18. They wrote 6/60. It's 6/18.
6/18 of 18?
Yep. Yes, Your Honor.
6/18 of 18, okay. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna initial that on both the complaint and warrant. I'm gonna authorize the issuance of the complaint and warrant. Again, I'll note that that you signed the complaint, the court is signing and dating the complaint. And the warrant for the arrest of the defendant. Okay, I'm ready. Your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. The court, James Edward Carter Jr.
Okay, Mr. Carter, your name, sir? You have his file. He was waiting here yesterday. I'm gonna take you next, okay?
You just stand here on the X.
All right, your name, sir?
James Carter Jr.
All right, for purposes of arraignment,
We wait the formal reading.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, Mr. Carter. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer not only today, but at all subsequent court proceedings. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you have the right to apply for one at public expense. Also, if you choose to submit the question with law enforcement officials, you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days. You have the right to a preliminary examination within 7 days thereafter. At the probable cause conference, your lawyer will discuss this case with the prosecutor at the preliminary exam. As to the felony count, a possession of less of cocaine, you have the right to a probable preliminary exam, probable cause hearing, at which time the people have to show that the crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. If they prove that, you'll be bound over for further proceedings to the circuit court. If they fail to prove that, the case would be dismissed and you would be discharged. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so August 19th at 9:30 will be the probable cause conference. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen. Preliminary exam will be August 26th at 11:15. Again, you'll be in front of Judge Hessen. All right, Let's talk about bond. He doesn't like to show up in court. Brinson Court, does he live on?
Yeah.
All right, what would you like to say?
Judge, there is a criminal history in the file review that with Mr. Carter. It appears to be accurate. It includes drinking and driving offenses from 2018, 03, and 01. And there may be a warrant on Monroe right now. He works in construction. He says his income varies between $400 to $1,000 per week. He's been with the same person he does construction for about 8 years. I've updated the phone number. The phone number in the file is incorrect. It should be 523 rather than 529.
Okay.
His ability to post any bond would be extremely limited. I think it was anything over $500. He's likely to be in custody.
Detective, what do you have to say? He doesn't show up. He's got multiple warrants. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warrants. He doesn't like to show up.
Your Honor, I think at the discretion of the court.
7,500, 10%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, no contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. You do have to go to AA at least 3 times a week, and you do have to test weekly. So if you post the bond, you have to come in and meet with probation, set up your testing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You gonna be able to post that?
I'm gonna try to, sir.
You're gonna make a big mistake if you keep doing this, you know that? Judges don't like this. You got too many warrants, you can't do this. I'm being reasonable with the bond, you're making things a lot worse than they are or need to be. Now, you only live in Riverview. I'm telling you, they're gonna come and get you, and then you're gonna come in front of me, and that bond's gonna go up by 100-fold, I'm telling you. Do we understand one another?
Yes, sir.
Stop doing this. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jack Ball, Jack Lee Ball, 25 W837957 A and B. How you doing, Mr. Ball?
Not too bad.
Good. Your name?
Jack Lee Ball.
Do you have anything today?
No, but I just paid a ticket yesterday, $252 in full. How much is it gonna be altogether?
This is the balance owed is 215 and 165. It looks like you owe 380.
Okay, can you drop it a little bit? I'll probably pay it today.
Yeah, I'll do that for you, Mr. Ball.
Okay.
Are you doing all right?
Well, not really. You got a job for me? I'll be all right. About $40 an hour. That's straight cut.
$40 an hour. I'm not sure I make that.
I've been looking for 16 months, man. These guys just want to bring me in and have me fix the stuff for them and then, hey, fire me and shit. Or lay me out. They do me any good.
All right, here's
That's
what
I fixed it for them. That's 3 pieces of equipment that they couldn't get running or there's such mechanics they ain't.
You have 215, you owe on one. I'll tell you what.
Who's that? Let me shut up. Sorry.
Make sure everybody's phones are off. Your phones.
You owe 215 on one, Mr. Ball. I'll make that 170. I'll waive the balance, okay? I'll do that for you.
170 total?
Well, I can't do that. You owe 380.
Wait, man, come on. Have a heart, to me, man. Come on, you know me a little bit. For the last 30 years I've been here. Remember Superior Judge?
What's that?
I said, you're the Superior Judge, remember?
What's the superior?
You told me that when I first met you.
I
You're
never
the one longest on the bench here.
I never said that.
That's what I thought you said.
Well,
I know
now
you've been here
have.
longer than Miss Hessen and that other guy over there is retired. I've seen you for 20-something years, you know? If I had money, I would have Mr. Ed Zelman take care of it, prosecuting attorney. But you know him, right? And his brother Dave, the judge.
Mr. Ball's been here longer than you almost.
I can tell you about how long you've been here. Almost. But anyway, all right, Mr. Mealy, so how much is that gonna be total for both of them?
You don't have any money, do you?
No, I don't. I had 16 months I've been looking for a job. I had a couple jobs and then they ended, you know, so. And I
I'll
ain't
tell-
getting no unemployment and I ain't getting nothing from food stamps or nothing either. They ain't giving me nothing.
I'll tell you what, okay, listen, I'm gonna do the best I can for you. If you need time to pay, I can do that. You pay 160 on the B file, and on the other file, I'll reduce from 165 to 110. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
So your total's 270. Can you pay that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pay it by the end of today.
Balance waived, and you can pay by today?
Yeah.
Good enough, Mr. Ball. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
You're staying out of trouble, kind of, right?
Hey, I've been doing that. This is the only trouble I've been in. Man.
All right, so you come back here with 270 and we'll be done. The balances are waived. I'm being too nice again.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you know, you don't want to be mean because I just have to be mean too. But way to go there. Right?
Have a good day. Good luck.
All right, you too, buddy.
Thanks.
man.
Buddy, huh?
Yeah. Buddy, old pal, I'm a friend of mine, man.
Take care.
All right, you too.
Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704225.
Good morning, Honorable KMK 1520 on behalf of Mr. Horn, who is present in my 11th state game director, Mr. Horn. Nicholas Horn.
Your name?
Alex, you know?
So he's got 3 prior technical violations. I arraigned him. I explained I'll only count these as 1 since they all really arise out of the same alcohol consumption given the time limits. But that would still put him where he could have his probation revoked and incarcerated for a year on the attempt R&O and 90 days on the disorderly. So you understand that, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
What is he going to do, Mr. Neal?
Yes, sir. And I've gone over the violations. Mr. Horn will be pleading guilty. I'd ask for the opportunity to allocate you.
If you plead guilty here, you understand you could get 1 year on the 1 count, right? 90 days on the other, right? And you understand all your rights? If you plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. As to the charge that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, I'm just going to say on July the 18th. How do you plead? Did you consume alcohol on July 18th? Did you test positive on the SoberLink blows? It's 7:16 on that date in the morning, 7:33 and 7:49 in the morning. Anybody force you to plead guilty? I'll accept the plea to all 3 counts. I'm just going to count it as 1 technical violation for the record. I'll just make a note, positive SoberLink blows, all 3 counts. But again, they rise out of the same event, transaction, or occurrence. So we'll count it as 1 technical violation, 4 total. Why does he keep doing this? Go ahead, tell me what's going on with him. He can't stop drinking.
So he did go a couple months without a violation. As you can see by his previous violations, they all kind of came at once. He was having a lot of issues. He got onto the SoberLink. He had been doing pretty good. This day was actually his brother's birthday. His brother had passed away, so it was a tough day for him. Not that his brother passed away on the 18th, but passed away previously, and this was his brother's birthday. So obviously he didn't handle the stress and sadness that comes from that day appropriately, but he has been talking with his therapist. They have come up with a plan to address this and given him ideas on how he can address his bad days, how he can do it in a way that's not gonna impact him negatively, even aside from the probation. You don't want to be drinking when you're sad. So he is addressing that. I think his therapist either sent Emily an email or is going to send Emily an email. He has completed his community service. I think he's made his payments. I'm just asking that Mr. Horn be continued on probation. If anything, maybe add some community service. But I do think he is improving, and that should be the goal of the probation.
All right. So I just want to be clear. He had a plea to, I don't know how many chances I can continue to give you, sir. You pled guilty to all counts consuming alcohol back in May. I ordered one-day court work program and ordered also that you test weekly.
And sober like until September 1st.
Then you were in here in June, so you've been here the last 3 of the last 4 months of violations. What do you think?
It's hard to say. I did speak to Demaya at the guidance center. She's not recommending intensive outpatient because that was kind of my first thought. She said that she just feels like with his financial status, work schedule, and parenting life, that she doesn't think it would benefit him. This was on July 23rd. He was honest with her about the drinking event. He is attending his outpatient for the most part. It does look like for.
I want to clarify something. He's been on probation for basically 4 months and a week or so, right? He's had 3 drinking episodes. Why doesn't she think that this is important enough to require IOP?
I'm not a therapist.
I'm not either, but I don't understand that.
First thought, she said that.
Can I see the prior violations, please? Do you have those?
So you want to see them or you want me to read them?
Well, you can just tell me. I take pretty good notes, but I got chemical testing. This is on the show cause that's dated May 27th. I dismissed counts 3 and 4, and it was chemical testing. It looks like maybe misses on.
So it was for THC. It was essentially for new use.
April 7th and April 22nd, right?
Yep.
And then on the prior violation that he had.
It was April 24th. He had positive results on his sober.
I don't know why she doesn't think he needs IOP. Can I see the screening?
Yep. And then I did just want to know, he did reschedule his individual appointments with Demaya. It looks like for June, he rescheduled June 4th and 25th. And then for July, he rescheduled July 2nd and July 16th.
Mr. Horn, I don't know if you're aware of this. You are, oh, yeah. Yeah. You got 2 prior drunk drivings. Now, I can't imagine somebody, I don't mean to criticize anybody, but I cannot imagine.
Well, and I'll be honest, I believe Mr. Horn has Medicaid, so it's not even necessarily Demaya. He has to meet certain criteria through like the Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority. And I think it's like 3 drinking events in 30 days. Don't quote me on that, but it's something along those lines.
3 drinking events within 30 days?
Yeah, again, don't quote me on that. But it's something like that the county only, approves you if you have X amount of drinking events for so long. So I don't know if that.
He's coming off the sober link what day?
It was September 1st.
Anything else?
No, just, I guess, note that we all know insurance companies don't want to pay, so just think to lessen the chances of them having to pay for some sort of treatment is not surprising. I would just say that Mr. Horn, I do think he is improving, and I do think taking responsibility is a big part of that. I'm just asking that he be given one last chance to continue on this probation.
He hasn't been discharged from treatment, right?
No, he's in outpatient.
Defendant to pay additional costs of 100, remain on sober link until November 1, serve 3 days jail. You have to complete treatment. You have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. I hope that wakes you up, because you are a young man to have these criminal convictions and then keep violating. I'm sorry. Good luck. You can have a seat over there. I'll give him time to pay.
I'm sorry, do you want chemical testing and sober link to November 1st?
Yes, I'm sorry. I should have made that more clear. The chemical testing right now has been going, what, bi-weekly or weekly?
It should be weekly also.
And test weekly until November 1. This could have been worse. If you do it again, it's going to be, okay? I don't know what to tell you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Nahikian.
This is in the District Court of Butler County, Kansas, case entitled State of Kansas versus Eduardo Rafael Nunez, case number 2025 CR 205. Chris Pate appears as defense counsel. Mr. Nunez, the defendant, appears at the Butler County Detention Center's Zoom location. Amber Norris appears for the state of Kansas. This matter comes before the court at this time for evidentiary preliminary hearing. I trust your client still requesting such a hearing, Mr. Pate?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Norris made an offer yesterday afternoon. I communicated that to my client this morning in the breakout room, and he wishes to proceed still, and we're prepared.
State may call the first witness.
Your Honor, state calls Sheldon Herman.
Okay. I'm not sure where Sheldon Herman is on the meeting.
Your Honor, he's in my office.
All right. Sheldon Herman, raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God?
Yes.
You may question the witness, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name for the record.
Sheldon Thomas Herman,
And Mr. Herman, what city do you live in?
Rose Hill.
And on May 3rd of 2025, did you live in Rose Hill?
Yes.
And where?
I'm at 317 East Deer Creek.
Okay. And that's within Butler County?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you end up having contact with law enforcement on that day?
Yes.
And can you explain to the court where you had contact and why?
It was at the duplex that me and Mr. Nunez were living at. And
okay, and is that at 317 East Deer Creek?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And why did you end up having contact with law enforcement that day?
Well, prior to that, he did some stuff to one of my friends, which is, I think, is Brandy McGathy. I see her on there.
And who did? You said he. Who's he?
Mr. Nunez, and it happened.
Your Honor, I didn't notice who all is in here. If she's a witness, I would ask any other witnesses be sequestered.
The court will grant the request. Anybody who's subpoenaed as a witness, if we can go ahead and put those in a waiting room.
And
We'll
Mandy,
call you in one by one.
Mandy, that's Ms. McGathy, Officer Hobson. I still don't know who TCL 2434D is.
They will not respond to me at all, so I'm not sure who they are either.
All right, put him in a waiting room then. All right, you may continue, Ms. Norris.
Okay. Mr. Herman, you were just saying that Mr. Nunez had done something.
Yes, to Miss McGathy, Brandy McGathy.
Okay. And
Prior,
was that on that's
no,
on
no,
this
ma'am.
May 3rd date?
No, ma'am. It was about a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe prior to that.
Objection, relevance, nothing's charged from 2 weeks before.
Your Honor, if we could have a little bit of leeway here.
All right.
Um,
Very well, Ms. Norris, please show relevance.
Mr. Herman,
Yes.
what does that have to do with what happened on May 3rd?
That was the first incident as far as the female went, of him hitting the female, which would be
Objection, relevance.
Objection
I don't know
overruled.
what I'm supposed to
You may continue, Ms. Norris.
Okay, Mr. Herman, continue with what you're saying. That was the first incident.
Now that was the first incident, and then the second incident was that day that he was arrested, which
So May 3rd.
yes, ma'am.
And
Another female had gotten physically abused, and she came to my door, and that's when it all started. She can't, because we lived right next to each other.
okay, and so what female came to your door on May 3rd?
I think her name is Mallory. I don't even remember her name. I don't even know the girl's name.
Okay, and where did she come from?
It was just one of his girlfriends or something.
Okay, so she had been staying in the duplex.
Yeah. What was her name? Lana was her name. I don't know her last name, but
Okay, Alana.
yes. And she showed up at my door knocking, and she said that I know, Sheldon, I'm not supposed to be here, blah, blah, blah. And obviously they had been in a fight. So I let her in, and then I don't know, it just escalated from there. And I felt my life was, I don't know. I just felt I didn't feel safe at the moment. And and the cops showed up, and that's how it went down. I called my mother, and my mother called the police.
Okay, so when Alana came over to your place, where was Mr. Nunez?
I believe he was in his, he was gone at that point. And then he came home like, because he's seen it on camera. He had a camera in his duplex, and I don't know, he rushed home immediately.
Okay.
Am I hearing other people in that room?
Do you have someone in that room, Mr. Herman?
Just a witness.
Oh, a witness? Who's the witness?
It'd be my mother.
Well, she's not to be in the room. I want to ask her to leave, and you can't take direction from any other person, Mr. Herman. You're the one testifying.
Right. Okay. I'm just sorry. This lady was just, I'm looking at her, and
she needs to.
Yeah, Your Honor, there's also one of our staff that has gone into that room as well.
That's what it was. I was talking to her. Yeah.
Okay. Well, staff members can't do anything to assist you, Mr. Herman. Let's proceed, Ms. Norris.
Okay. So, Mr. Herman, what time of day was this when basically Alana came over to your place?
That it would have been early morning, and then Mr. Nunez showed up at whatever time he was arrested. I don't remember.
So, did Alana stay at your place, or did she go elsewhere?
Well, she ran away at first, and then she showed back up, and she called one of her friends and came and picked her up.
Okay. When did you have contact with Mr. Nunez on this day?
When he came home, because of the situation. You know,
Okay.
he's seen her off a camera, out of the duplex, and that's when it all started.
And how long had you lived next door to Mr. Nunez?
Like a year, maybe. Yeah, a year, almost a year.
Okay. And do you see the person that you have been referring to as your neighbor on the screen?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
describe what he's wearing and the basically kind of the box that he's in.
Brown jumpsuit. Says Butler County Detention right behind.
Okay, Your Honor, I would ask that the record reflect that he has identified the defendant, Eduardo Nunez.
The record so reflects.
Now, the defendant comes home. What happens next?
The defendant comes home and we kind of get into it, not physically, because I just got off a broken hip. I mean, really, I got out of there and the police were called. As soon as I seen him, the police showed up.
Okay, what do you mean you got into it?
Verbally, like, man, like, because he would always think I'm doing something with his girlfriends. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. But because my duplex was right next to his, and they would come over and hang out or whatever, and he'd be at work, and they would get off a camera, off of out of his duplex, and it's like I don't know, he'd rush right home and thinking I'm doing something with the girls or something. You know what I mean? Like, but
Okay. So what was said when he got back to the duplex?
there really wasn't no, I mean, F you. And then the cops showed up.
Okay. Well, did you go back into your side of the duplex? That'd be 317.
No, I left. I went to my mother's house.
And so you didn't report any damage or
my mother, she reported all the damage and everything. Yeah.
okay. And who was with you, if anyone?
No, I was by myself.
So Miss McGathy or Miss Alana weren't with you when
No,
defendant came back?
No, ma'am. Alana didn't show up. She ran away because Mr. Nunez was coming home or something. And she ran, and then she showed back up at my duplex at like an hour later and called me. And I called a guy named Ricardo to come pick her up.
Okay. So did you speak to police?
Yeah, numerous times. Yeah.
And did you speak to police at 317 East Deer Creek?
Yes.
Okay.
Told them the situation, and they just I mean, told me to go to my mom's house and let everything cool down, and they'll get back with me.
Okay. So were you there when Mr. Nunez was arrested?
Yes.
Okay. And before he was arrested, was he at your door at 317 East Deer Creek?
No, he was driving home. He was driving home at when all this was happening, and then he showed up and the police showed up.
So at no point in time was he on your doorstep during this incident at 317?
He was not. No. As soon as he showed up, and got out of his truck, he was arrested.
Okay. Your Honor, may I have a brief recess, just maybe 5 minutes or less?
For what purpose?
I need to check in with another witness to make sure that they're here.
The court will allow it.
Thank you.
Recess briefly.
Chris, can I talk to you?
Is that okay since we're in a recess, Mandy or Judge?
You mean, are you asking for a breakout room?
Yes, my client wanted to talk to me. I was just asking if we could do that since we're on recess.
Yes.
Thank you.
Make it short. Mr. Pate, if we can get the detention center back on. I see Mr. Nunez, Mr. Pate, and Ms. Norris. All right, Ms. Norris, any announcements or?
No, Judge, I think we're ready to go back where we were at. And
Okay. Well, we're getting behind here, so let's move quickly.
Yes, you are.
okay. Are we back on the record, Judge?
Yes, we are.
Mr. Herman, on May 3rd, you had contact with law enforcement there at your duplex. I think we covered
Yes.
that. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall who called for law enforcement?
I think it was Miss McGathy and my mother.
Okay. And was Miss McGathy with you?
Yes. Yeah, she was right beside me. Yes.
Okay. And where were you both located?
We were hiding in my shower.
Okay. So in the duplex at 317 East Deer Creek.
Yes.
Okay. And you said your mother also called. Who's your mother and was she there?
No, she was not there. Tammy Herman is her name. She was not there. I think I told Brandy to call my mom, and she needs to get over there right now, you know.
Okay, so your mother, you called for your mom to come to the duplex?
Yes, and I believe she called the police all on the way, or you know, we're like 3 minutes away from each other, so in Rose Hill there.
Okay. And what was happening while Miss McGathy and you were inside the duplex?
Mr. Nunez was beating at the door, mad, obviously, wanting to come in and, you know, do whatever. I don't know. Luckily, the cops got there just in time.
And what if anything was he saying?
He was it was mostly Spanish, but F you cabron, you know, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, he was mad. It was all I think it was mad Spanish.
And at this point, are you concerned for your safety?
I'm concerned for my mother's safety, yes. Yeah.
Even though your mother wasn't there? I mean, your safety and Miss McGathy's safety.
Yeah, I mean, Miss McGathy, I believe that she's in a treatment center, you know, out of state. So I think she's okay and doing good. My mom seems to be the only one that's not scared of this man. My personally, yes, I am. I know what he can do. I know who he knows. I've already my mother's received calls, or not calls, but text messages.
Objection, not non-responsive, lack of foundation.
The objection is sustained. Ms. Norris, can we just focus on the elements of the felony offenses?
And Your Honor, I was asking him if he was scared at the time, although apparently I didn't make that clear enough to Mr. Herman.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes.
And you were scared at the time because of why?
Mr. Nunez beating at the door. Yeah. I mean, he was obviously mad.
And that was based on the tone of voice?
The beat, the loud knocks, the beating, and the prior, you know, incidents leading up to this point.
Okay.
Prior incidents, I should say.
And had you had any prior issues with Mr. Nunez? I mean, incident like this?
No, I had not, but females, you know, that were my friends, they have had, but me and personally, no. I kind of kept my mouth shut, and that's what I did.
Okay. And what did it sound like, if you could, when he was beating on the door, like he was using his fist or an object?
Fist.
Was there damage to your door?
No, there was, the door had a little bit of, I was fixing up the duplex anyways, but no, I don't believe so. No.
There weren't marks in the paint?
Objection asked and answered.
There was
Ms. Norris she's not getting the answers she's wanting, so she's just asking the same question.
There was a few.
Objection sustained. New question, Ms. Norris?
Well, Mr. Herman, was there any damage at all to your duplex from this incident?
And I'm gonna object this to relevance, criminal damage.
Objection overruled.
Yes, there was. Well, for one, my trailer, my lawnmower, it all got stolen. There was damage to his side of his duplex, which I own the duplex. They tore it up. I don't know if it was him or Fernando or whoever, but it was tore up.
Okay, I guess let me be more specific, Mr. Herman. On this May 3rd, 2025 date, was there damage to the duplex, and probably specifically your side of the duplex?
Just maybe the door just from knocking, but like I said, the cops showed up as soon as he was getting ready to, you know what I mean? Before he entered my duplex, the cops showed up.
Okay. And could you see what he was doing when all this was going on, or no?
No, I was hiding in my bathroom, ma'am.
Okay. And that bathroom doesn't have a window that looks out onto your porch, or?
No, ma'am. I'm a brick mason. It's an all stone shower.
Okay.
I felt safe in there for some reason.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. I don't think I have any further questions for you at this time, but Mr. Pate may have some follow-up, okay?
Okay.
Pate?
Mr. Herman, you recall today you started testifying.
Yeah.
And then we took about a 10-minute break, and then you testified some more, correct?
Yes.
Did you talk to anybody on that break?
Yes.
Who?
Norris, Miss Norris.
Ms. Norris talked to you on a recess?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, that's completely inappropriate. Mr. Herman was giving one version of testimony. We take a recess and we come back, and it's a complete 180. It is inappropriate to take a recess to talk to a witness that's on the stand.
Well, I'm inclined to agree if that's what happened, Mr. Pate. Ms. Norris, what happened during this recess? I had the impression you were talking to a different person during the break.
Your Honor, I talked to my staff. I confirmed where another witness was and that they were ready to testify. And I did talk to Mr. Herman as well.
So you coached him?
No, I did not. I asked him if what he was telling me was what he told law enforcement, or what he was saying in there was what he told law enforcement. And he basically said no, because he had some concerns.
Well, his testimony took a different turn after the break, and in fact was quite inconsistent with what he had related earlier.
Your Honor, the only conversation I had with him was that I just needed him to tell the truth about what happened that day.
Yes.
Whatever that might be.
All right. So, Mr. Pate, do you have questions for this witness or not?
Well, I do, Your Honor, but anything that was elicited after the mid-testimony break ought to be stricken from the record and not considered.
I note your concern. You may proceed, Mr. Pate.
Thank you, Your Honor. So without belaboring the point, Mr. Herman, you acknowledge your testimony before the break was significantly different than your testimony after the break.
Significantly scared, sir.
That, just answer the question. Was it different or not?
Yes, it was.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about this duplex. This is 315 and 317 East Deer Creek in Rose Hill, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is just your standard duplex with two sides that are separated by a wall.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You live on the 317 side, correct?
Yes, I own the duplex.
Okay. Mr. Nunez lives on the 315 side, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, weren't you and Mr. Nunez attempting to buy this duplex together?
I already purchased it.
Okay. Was it your intent for him to be a part owner of this duplex?
At one time, yeah, at one time, but I was going to see how it went and kind of like a trial period. I'm glad I did it.
Okay. Was he making payments on this duplex?
He was making rent. He paid rent to me. Yeah.
All right. Were you making a mortgage payment?
Yes, sir.
To who?
Here in Augusta. I don't know the name of the company. I mean,
to a bank.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm having difficulty seeing any relevance at all to this line of questioning.
Well, Your Honor, I'd ask for a little leeway given what's gone on here already.
Very little leeway. Mr. Pate, we need to focus on whether there's a showing of probable cause that these felony crimes have been committed and Mr. Nunez committed them, and these questions aren't in any way related. So let's move on to a different line of questioning.
Yes, Your Honor. Did Mr. Nunez ever live on the 315 or on the 317 side with you?
Yeah, he did for a couple weeks while I was getting the 315 side done.
Okay.
Ready for him to live in.
And in fact, he still had a key to the 317 side where you lived, correct?
Yeah, he had a key to my mom's house and everything. Yes, sir.
He had a key to the 317 side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was there a keypad on the doors to this home?
Yes. Yeah. He didn't have a key. He had the code.
Okay, so he had access to the house.
Yeah, like I was saying, I had a broken hip at the time, and
okay, can you just answer the question? He had access, and that was with your permission.
Yes.
Okay, and he used the shower on the 317 side to bathe, correct?
Yes, temporarily, yes. While his shower's getting done, yes.
Okay, so he had regular in and out access to the 317 side.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. After the break, you were talking about being in the tub and you were hearing Mr. Nunez yelling, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I believe your testimony was that it was a lot of loud cussing in Spanish, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So and I assume you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I learned from him a little bit.
Okay. But other than F you grown, did you really understand anything he was saying?
Not a dang word, no.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Any reason why Mr. Herman can't be released at this time, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, just one or maybe two follow-up questions.
Very well.
Mr. Herman,
yes.
On May 3rd, did the defendant have permission to come into your house?
No, ma'am.
And had he had permission to come into your house the day before?
The day before, yeah, I'm sure he did. Yes.
Okay, so why didn't he have permission on May 3rd?
Because of the phone calls prior to the situation.
And explain that.
He just making threats on the phone, like
he was making threats to you before this incident happened?
On the phone, yeah, on the way when he was coming to the duplex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of threats was he making?
I'm gonna kick your ass, cabron, this and that. And like I said, it was mostly Spanish. There was a reason why I was hiding in the shower.
Okay, and so at this point, you had, in these conversations, basically revoked his ability to come into 317?
I had like a chain lock on the door, other than the keypad, and I locked that, and yeah.
Okay. So before he ever even got to 317 from wherever he was,
There was
he was making
verbally
threats.
yes.
Um, thank you, Mr. Herman. I don't think I have anything further.
All right, thank you very much.
Mr. Pate, anything further along those lines?
Your earlier testimony, Mr. Herman, was Mr. Nunez had free run to go in and out of there to shower and bathe and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
So he didn't call you every time he wanted to come bathe, did he?
No, he was also my best friend. So no, he did not.
Okay. And you were talking about talking on the phone. Isn't it a fact that you were actually coming outside or coming out from Mr. Nunez's side of the duplex when he pulled up in his truck?
No, I was hiding in my shower.
Very well. Nothing further.
All right.
Me and Brandy. Yeah.
And Mr. Herman be released at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ricky.
All right, you can stay with the meeting if you want to, but you're gonna have to mute your location. All right. Next witness, Ms. Norris.
Your Honor, state calls Brandy McGathy. I believe she's in the waiting room.
Okay, let's bring her in.
Miss McGathy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, if you'd raise your right hand, please, the court will administer an oath. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give and the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, I do.
May question the witness, Ms. Norris.
Miss McGathy, please state your name for the record.
Brandy Lynn McGathy.
And Miss McGathy, did you have contact with law enforcement on May 3rd of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
And what police department?
With the Rose Hill Police Department.
And can you explain to the court where you were and why you had contact with law enforcement that day?
I was at 317 Deer Creek in Rose Hill.
And who were you with?
With Sheldon Herman.
Okay. And what happened that you had contact with law enforcement?
Well, he had Sheldon Herman had heard some noise of some sort coming that alarmed him, coming from the duplex that Eduardo lived in. And he I don't know what happened at that point, but I know I went over there to make sure everything was okay. And I seen Eduardo pull up, and Sheldon told me to take off running. He used to go in the house and call 911, and that's what we did.
Okay. And so you went back in 317?
Into Sheldon's, yeah.
Okay. And did you call 911?
Yeah.
And why did you call 911?
Well, because there was an incident prior to this, and not just because of that, but because the way he pulled up in the driveway, Eduardo, the way he pulled up in the driveway and stuff, he started screaming.
Okay, so how did he pull into the driveway?
Well, he didn't even pull in the driveway. He pulled on the side of the road, but the car was parked. The truck was parked at an angle, and I just already know him to be an aggressive type, and that's why I called.
Okay, and was he saying anything at this point?
What are you motherfuckers doing? And that, and then when I went into the house, he started banging on the door hard and said that he was gonna, he said, I'm gonna finish you guys off when I get to you. And that's all I heard. And then I heard the sound of commotion and people talking.
And so at that point, was law enforcement there?
Yeah, I believe so, because Sheldon said they were there.
Okay, and where were you inside when this is happening? Could you see anything outside?
No, ma'am. No, and I was in a bedroom.
And at this point, were you fearful for your safety at this point?
Yes.
And the person that you know as Eduardo Nunez, do you see that person on the screen today?
Yes, I do.
Can you just explain what he's wearing and maybe the background?
He is wearing the tan colored clothes in the background of the burgundy door.
Okay. Your Honor, we would ask that the witnesses identify the defendant. That the record reflect the
Record
same.
once again so reflects.
And Ms. McGathy, did you talk to law enforcement that day?
Yes, I did.
And had you known Mr. Nunez before this incident?
Yeah, a little bit.
And he lived at 315
Yes.
in the duplex?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know for sure, but I believe so.
Okay. But you know him well enough to identify him and recognize him?
Yes.
And did you call 911?
Yes, I did.
And were there any weapons involved in this incident?
I don't know. I didn't see any weapons.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. McGathy. I don't think I have any further questions, but Mr. Pate may have some follow-up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pate?
Ms. McGathy, today, prior to testifying, did you talk to anyone about your testimony?
No.
Okay, nobody with county attorney's office or anything like that?
Oh, I called this morning to ask what was going on, if we still were having a Zoom meeting.
Okay. Are you a resident of 317 Deer Creek?
I'm sorry?
Do you live at 317 Deer Creek?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're just friends with Sheldon and visit there.
Right.
Okay. So if I understand your testimony correct, you're saying that you and Sheldon were outside when Mr. Nunez pulled up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you guys doing?
Well, he had heard a noise coming from the house and the door was cracked. And so he had looked in and he had pulled up right at that moment. I had just walked outside at that moment and to see what was going on.
Okay. So Sheldon had gone inside the 315 side of Deer Creek right before Mr. Nunez pulled up.
Oh, that part, I mean, I don't know. He peeked his head in, yeah, because the door was cracked and he had heard something coming from out of the house.
Okay. So at the very least, he was at the door of Mr. Nunez's side when he pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, you said it was, you guys both went inside of the 317 side, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And he was banging on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hard there was a dent in the door.
Okay. I don't believe I have any further questions.
Okay.
Ms. Norris, anything further for this witness?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Any reason why Ms. McGathy can't be released?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Ms. McGathy, you can stay with the meeting or leave it. If you do stay with the meeting, I would ask you to mute yourself.
Thank you.
Any other witnesses, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, just briefly. Sergeant Jordan Watson.
All right, you can bring Sergeant Watson in. Jordan Watson, if you could unmute yourself and come on with video. Okay. Mr. Watson, if you'd raise your right hand, please. I'll administer an oath to you. I need to be able to see you, though. And you need to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. All right. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Very well. You may question the witness, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
I'm Jordan Watson. I'm a sergeant for the Rose Hill Police Department.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
I've been in law enforcement for approximately 5 years.
And all that time with Rose Hill?
No, I was with Wichita State University prior. I've been with Rose Hill since September of 2021.
Okay. And were you working your capacity as a law enforcement officer on May 3rd of 2025?
I was.
Okay. And do you have cause to go to 317 East Deer Creek that day?
I did.
And explain to the court kind of basically why you were there?
I was informed a male was attempting to enter a residence with a gun.
Okay. And when you arrived at 317 Deer Creek, what did you find?
I observed a white Chevy Silverado exiting the driveway of 317 East Deer Creek, and I stopped the truck as it was leaving from that residence, and I wanted to keep all parties on scene.
Okay. And the individual that was driving the truck, who was that?
That was Eduardo Nunez.
Okay. And did he identify himself to you, or?
So I stopped the vehicle. He got out of the vehicle. I asked if he was Eduardo, and he said yes.
Okay. And were you the only officer there?
No, Officer Hobson came in directly after me. And since the call was with a firearm, I held lethal cover, and Officer Hobson took Mr. Nunez into custody.
Okay. And did you find any kind of gun?
I did.
And where was it located?
It was inside of 315 East Deer Creek, just inside the door on a small table. It was a pellet gun.
Okay. Does it look like a regular firearm?
It does.
Okay. And did you end up arresting Mr. Nunez?
Yes, I did.
And for what? Why did you arrest Mr. Nunez?
I'm gonna reference my report. It's a few pages, so let me find.
Sure.
So as I was speaking to Officer Hobson, he advised me that Eduardo was pounding on the door, attempting to get into 317 East Deer Creek. This is according to Sheldon and Brandy. and made the claim, when I get in there, you're all done. And there was evidence of the door being hit with a rock. And yes, so those were the charges.
Okay.
The charges were with the threat, criminal threat, attempted ag burglary, as well as criminal damage to property.
Thank you, Sergeant Watson. I don't think I have anything further, but Mr. Pate may have some follow-up, okay?
Mr. Pate?
Officer Watson, I'm reviewing your report, and in that you said that after you arrived at the scene, you followed Sheldon Herman through the garage into 315 Deer Creek, correct? Yep. Okay, and that's Mr. Nunez's side of the duplex, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you walked in and you said you saw the pellet gun on the table, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you also say you later realized that you entered Eduardo's residence without permission, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you didn't have his permission to go in there. You didn't have a warrant.
Correct.
So likely, I mean, you believe it was probably an illegal search, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Nunez did not have any type of weapons on him, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And there were at least some reports or mentions of hearing gunshots in the area, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But a pellet gun of the type that you found would not have made the gunshot noises that were reported, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. No further questions.
All right. Ms. Norris, anything further for this witness?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, very well. I think we can go ahead and release Mr. Watson from the meeting if he so desires. If you desire to stay with it, sir, please mute yourself. All right. So anything further from the state by way of evidence, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any evidence to be submitted by the defense at this hearing, Mr. Pate?
Not at this hearing, Your Honor.
All right. Any closing remarks from you, Ms. Norris?
Rebuttal only, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Pate?
Your Honor, we would ask the court not bind Mr. Nunez over for trial. The evidence here, Mr. Nunez had blanket permission to be in and out of the residence on the 317 side. He was at one point a resident. He had the key. He had the key code. There's no evidence that any permission to enter the residence on this day was directly revoked. That was never communicated to him by Mr. Herman. There's no evidence that he did anything other than bang on the door. So I don't think there is any type of overt act that would amount to attempting to commit an aggravated burglary. I also don't think there's any evidence that he was prevented or intercepted in executing. The evidence is he was in his truck driving away when police showed up. So there wasn't anybody that came up and scared him away from the door or anything of that nature. It doesn't sound like he was told, get out of here, we're calling the police. He just quit banging on the door and left. As to the criminal threat, I think Mr. Herman indicated it was a lot of cussing in Spanish. Ms. McGathy's testimony was, see what I had in my notes here, finish you off. I don't know if that in and of itself amounts to a criminal threat. Count 3 is a misdemeanor. I'm also very concerned about the mid-testimony meeting between Mr. Herman and Ms. Norris and the abrupt change in testimony, and would ask the court to consider that as well in making its ruling.
Very well, Mr. Pate. Any response, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I would just note that Mr. Herman actually said that on this date, based on the threats and the fact that he locked it, that he basically had revoked Mr. Nunez's permission to enter in 317. He's banging on the door with a rock, which law enforcement confirmed. There's dents in the door, which Miss McGathy, I think in law enforcement confirmed. Miss McGathy heard the threat. They know that he normally has a firearm, or at least has previously been seen with the firearm. They call 911. He's making threats towards them, whether it be on the phone prior to or while he's actually banging on the door. This falls into the basically trying to commit another felony for the aggravated burglary. He doesn't actually get in, and maybe who knows why he left. Maybe he heard the sirens, because he doesn't even get out of the driveway, and law enforcement is upon him and getting him out of the truck and arresting him. So you could suppose that the reason he left was because he heard the sirens, because they were that close. Your Honor, we do believe that state has met the burden of probable cause for counts 1 and 2. We would ask that the court bind the defendant over at this time.
Very well. First of all, regarding count 1, the charge of attempted aggravated burglary, a level 6 person felony, the state's charging document would seem to suggest that the evidence might reflect that he tried to enter with the intent to commit a theft, a domestic battery, a violation of a protection order, or a sexually motivated crime. There's no evidence of any of those. However, the final element that the state is charged is that he tried to enter with the intent to commit a felony. But before the court addresses the threat in this case and any expectation of violence that the occupants might have had, the court will note that the burglary statute requires the state to show probable cause that Mr. Nunez attempted to enter without authority. And it is on this point that the state's claim fails, even at the probable cause level. The court essentially perceived the evidence in the same manner than Mr. Pate did. And that is, Mr. Nunez had clear authority to enter these premises and had blanket authority to enter these premises until this day. And if Mr. Herman wanted to somehow revoke that general authority of Mr. Nunez to enter, this must be clearly communicated and reflected by the evidence. That hasn't been done here. Therefore, the part of the state's claim that he tried to enter without authority fails in this case. This court declines to bind over on count 1, attempted aggravated burglary, the level 6 person felony charge. That charge is dismissed. Regarding count 2, the felony charge of criminal threat, the court does find that whether the evidence reflects that his statement communicated to the persons inside was that he was going to kick their ass, or that I'm going to finish you guys off, or as the state charges, and apparently the officer testified, when I get in there, you're all done. Clearly, this was intended to communicate fear and did so in this case. The state's evidence does show probable cause that the felony crime of criminal threat has been committed and that the defendant, Eduardo Nunez, committed it. Defendant is bound over for trial on count 2. Obviously, there is an existing criminal damage to property claim, a misdemeanor, also in this case. Court will, at this time, make a ruling regarding bond in this case. As the court has now dismissed the presumptive prison crime in this case, this court is inclined to modify bond at this point to a lesser amount as the run risk is decreased. This court will lower bond. I think it's currently set at $10,000 cash or surety. The court will lower bond to $3,000 cash or professional surety required. Mr. Nunez, do you have somewhere to live other than Rose Hill if you make this bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want you back in Rose Hill. If you need to get some things, you need to perhaps use friend or family to get those things out of there.
Your Honor, my house has been all taken. My duplex was all taken.
Okay.
Everything's gone. Everything I own is gone.
Okay, who took it, Mr. Nunez?
When my family went to get my stuff, it was already gone.
Okay.
Your Honor, he was evicted and the duplex, I believe, has been sold.
All right, well, somebody has an obligation to provide for his personal property, but that's a separate civil matter, not involved here. Mr. Nunez, my concern is you don't enter the city limits of Rose Hill at any time as
No,
a
sir.
condition of this lower bond. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And no contact with the alleged victims in this case, which
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure you already understand is in place.
And Your Honor, could we request that he have GPS as a condition of bond?
You can request it. The court's going to deny that request. You're subject to arrest if you just enter the city limits of Rose Hill, Mr. Nunez.
Your
And I
Honor,
hope there aren't any other violations.
okay, yes, I understand.
Okay. Does your client desire the charging document to be read to him at this arraignment, Mr. Pate?
No, Your Honor, we waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty.
Court will accept the pleas of not guilty. We'll establish a jury trial date in December. Now that trial docket will start, that jury trial will start Wednesday, December the 10th. That's a 3-day setting, should be more than adequate for this case. Starting Wednesday, December 10. We'll set a pretrial conference the week before. Pate, I'm contemplating 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesday, December the 2nd.
That'll work.
Nunez, I'm presupposing you're going to make this lower bond. You need to be either in Mr. Pate's office or at the Butler County Judicial Center. In other words, the courthouse. You need to appear from that location for the Zoom pretrial, 10 o'clock on Tuesday, December 2nd. If your jury trial goes the following week, it starts Wednesday, December the 10th. And obviously, that would be an in-person proceeding at the Butler County Judicial Center.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else at this time, Mr. Pate?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Mr. Nunez, if you get out on this bond, there just can't be any trouble, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just go on about your business outside of the city limits of Rose Hill.
Yes, sir.
All
Pardon
right.
me, Your Honor.
Yes,
Well, what time would the jury trial start on the 10th?
9 o'clock a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If there's nothing further, then the Nunez matter will currently be in recess, and this particular meeting may be ended for